Choir, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. The words are totally awesome, and their harmony is totally uplifting and freeing. And celebrate the sacred energy of eternity. Here's Southern. Y'all know you're the sacred energy of eternity. Who knows that? Everyone raises, and if we can begin to see it, know it, we can begin to live it. That's the step. We got it within. Now we got to do the outer step, the action. So the sacred energy of eternity I am. And then I am a child of light. So here we are with the sacred energy. We pop on down. Now I'm going to be a child of light, celebrating my journey, And I'm free and I'm strong, you see? And I'm courageous. Why shouldn't we be free and strong and courageous if we're the energy of eternity, the sacred energy of eternity, God's love made manifest? So thank you for the music and putting it all together. Cindy and Meredith really get the songs going for us, So as we breathe in those words, ever gently beyond our sight, there plays the mystic tune, pervasive, constant in its rhythm. To hear we must make room. Enchanting as the siren Ulysses struggled with, to let go of our perceptions, accepting what there is. This tune goes on forever, pervasive in all there is. People, places, and patterns change, but not this tune of his. The sacred energy of eternity. The highest teachings that Jesus told us we could learn is that spirit's eternal and matter's illusion. And as we begin to, I'm going to take this in, I'm going to ponder it, I'm going to meditate on it, I'm going to go within my heart, we can begin to get that understanding of that truth. We've been going through a series and steps on how we can keep reconnecting with our eternal truth. Keep connecting with our child of light as we walk through this journey. And Cindy started it out, and it's Christ time, and I am ready. It's Christ time, and I am ready. Is everybody ready for Christ time? You're going to have to change. You're going to have to change, you say. And the whole thing, and she talked about how we're in these changing times and the planetary influences and the energies that's beaming our planet. And it's all good because it's moving us forward. It's lifting us higher in consciousness and awareness. And so to begin to look at and recognize and be aware of the energies in love and not fear. Not fear. Be confident. We're here. Let's just continue the journey. And as we begin to just recognize that daily, things are changing. If we got eyes, we can see it. We don't even have to say those with eyes can see. We can see. But when we open up our spiritual eye, we can see really the cause of why it's happening. Do you see? We can look at another level. We can really be that child of light. And we can tap into the sacred energy of eternity manifest on the planet. And it was just a really good lesson because we all know that we've just moved out of the Piscean age into the Aquarian age. Piscean age was the preparation age, 2,200 years, give or take a couple hundred years, preparing us for now and move into the perfect age. So Jesus came really for now, but he gave some guidelines for that. So we've been preparing for this time. So we can't say, gosh, I didn't know that was going to happen. No, we have prepared thousands of years, maybe not on this planet in this dimension, but other dimensions and other planets, because we are of eternity. And we came here to be that eternal love and light on the planet now. The Aquarian age is the age of spiritual enlightenment. You see? Becoming aware that we're spirit, that we're eternal. Change our whole perspective of who we are and what the world is and what we are to do. So just to remember that every day. I gave my class homework. I want you to write on a piece of paper, I am spirit, and put on your mirror. So when you see it every morning, it reminds you who you are. You are spirit. Spirit's eternal. Matter, illusion. And then just past week I said, I want you to write down or make this your affirmation. I am God's love made manifest. You see? And these are little things that we could remember that tap us into and allow us to align with God's will, divine order. And then Charmaine, she did the second class, and it was about seeing the Christ in all, and to begin to see that Christ is love. See, Christ is love. That's where we're going here in this church. Christ is love. So to begin to see love in all, to begin to look with the eyes of love, look to the love which is in another, which is your authentic truth. And then we'll be able to receive at that level. It's our quantum nature of reality, you see? So to begin to, okay, I'm going to change what I'm looking for. I'm not going to look for the shoe to drop again. I'm going to look for the blessings to flow to me and to lift me and move me along. You see, just a simple change of words and thought, sentence, whatever, it will shift us. And then to take that and put it into our daily life, action step. It's our homework. Connect with one another. We are the family of man. We're all that sacred energy. So we can take off our thought limitations and pictures of ourselves and others so that we can all be freed. If I be lifted, bring all men unto me. If I am that love within me, if we lift that up, that's who I am. And be that lifts everybody. It's beautiful. And the simple. And then last week, Cindy shared a very profound class on the silence and meditation. Meditation. You know, we hear that saying, it's the Father within who speaks the words. It's the Father within who doeth the works. Do you want to read it out of a book, or you want to go in and get it firsthand? For you. For you. See, within us, the Father within us will guide us in our next step. What am I to do? It's not in a book. It's here. It's in our heart. To begin to go there, you see? Make that our first choice and not the last resort. It's been the last resort for most people. We'll create this mess. God help me. Well, where were you when I was trying to share with you that you may not take that step? Might not be supportive of your highest good. You say, that's okay, God, I got it. And then the next thing, God help me. You say, we have the guidance within us, you see, to be in divine order, in divine will, in God's will. And it's beautiful when we start just seeing ourselves, being able to do that, and one with that. Because like in our fall, we separate from God. We separate from God consciousness. So now as we come back, we turn back. We turn back to God, we turn back to God consciousness, and begin to live from within. Our guidance. My guidance is mine, your guidance is yours. If I'm honoring mine, I want to honor yours. See, that's how we lift each other. We are not all going to have the same experience. We shouldn't. We're souls, individual expressions of God on this planet. So as we recognize who we are, give that to our brothers and sisters. You say, pretty high gift. And it moves us out of judgment into acceptance. So what is my next step? That's a loaded question. The main thing is, who do you see yourself as? What do you see yourself as? That'll give you the direction that you want to walk into. If you see yourself as a mere mortal trying to get the trinkets and all the bubbles and jewels of this dimension, you're going to start walking there. But if you see yourself as an eternal spirit, God, the light walking, you're going to walk towards that. But here's what people really miss a lot. If thine eye be single, your whole body will be filled with light. Seek ye first the counsel of God. And all things will be given unto you. See, first, know who you are, go within, seek the counsel. What's mine to do here? What do you want me to do, God? We're here, service, and then follow that guidance. And then here it is. And then this is a promise of Jesus. I love promises. And all things will be given unto you. You see, well, we go for all the little things we do, and we leave God behind us, i.e., we leave love behind us. We leave love behind us. And we can look around our world and we can see where love is being left out of life. Nobody should starve to death on the planet. Perhaps there shouldn't be war. You see what I'm saying? Anger, hatred, all this stuff. Those aren't God qualities. They aren't our qualities. Those are human qualities. We are divine. To see ourselves different. To see ourselves different. And then to begin to walk as that. And when we take that step, so when we see ourselves as a mere human, we're taking a step from the past. And then from the past, we got an idea what the future is going to look like. You see? Our step, what's my next step? Right now. See? Wherever you're at, here, look right down. Okay, here I am. Okay? And take a step. If we connect with God, recognize where we're at, we're going to get the guidance, our perfect guidance, and we will be in God's will. We will be in alignment. And it's about being here now. Be here now. This morning I was meditating. Cindy asked me, hey, did you get a scripture? Not yet. And so this morning I come to church early on Sunday. And so I got this out. Okay, so it may not sound like it, but this really kind of goes along with this. Being who we are, eternal spirit, okay? And this is chapter 32. Jesus is 16 years old. He's in India. He's working with sages and masters and stuff. And they're trying to teach him, da-da-da-da. He's sitting with one guy, and his name is Bharata. And he's a high-educated priest, whatever. And they're talking about life and everything. And then, so Jesus asked him a question. Well, what do you think? Yeah. And so this guy gives him this, chapter 32, I'd recommend it, gives us this long old dissertation about man, about life, about the unfoldment of man and life and consciousness, all this stuff. And in that philosophy or spirituality, it's like the transmigration of the soul through the different aspects of life. And to be reincarnated as maybe not a human, do you see? And so that he goes on and on and on. And this is what what he says. I wish I had my notes, I don't. But, okay. So this is what Jesus says to him after he gives him this 15 verses of all these truths. And he says, Bharata, from times which man remembers not, our priests have told us, and so we know. When Jesus asked him, how do you know this? And he says, from times we know not, but this is what our teachers have told us, okay? And then Jesus said, enlightenable, are you a mastermind, and do you not know that man knows not by being told? Do you know not that man knows not? Do you know that man knows not by being told? Do you see? We share information for you to take with you to go within and explore it. You understand it. You see? We can make aware of certain concepts. But this is really cool because he lays it, hey, Master Saul, here you go. This is what he says. Man may believe what others say, but thus he never knows. If man would know, he must himself be what he knows. See, if we want to know anything, we have to be it. That's like, say, Gandhi, be the change you seek. You see? Don't just talk about it. Be the change, action. Take action in life. So, okay, so he goes right to him. 16. Do you remember, Arvel, when you were an ape or a bird or a worm? Do you remember that? All right. Now, if you have no better proving of your plea than that priests have told you so, you do not know, you simply guess. You see? We live in the age of enlightenment now. We can ask for the truth, and it's not going to the past. The truth is now. The truth is now. Regard not then what any man has said. Let us forget the flesh and go with mind into the land of fleshless things. Mind never does forget. You see? This is a record from the Akashic Records. Information, thoughts, beliefs, actions impinged in the ethers. And some places might call it the book of life, the record, and all this stuff. But it's a real place. And so these words are what he spoke. It's not interpreted by anyone else. It's transcribed. His words are transcribed. So that's what he says. And, okay. Time never was when man was not. That which begins will have an end. If man was not, time will come when he will not end. From God's own record book, we read, the triune God breathed forth, and 7 spirits stood before the face of God, Elohim, creator gods, to create these 7 plays of life and everything. But the thing, what we want to really look at is like, as we go into that silence, like Cindy shared, the Father within is within us all, that all-knowing aspect of creation. And as we go there with the remembering and knowing that we are Son of God, daughter of God, and that's why Jesus used the word Father, because back then the Father was benevolent, giving, loving his children. And y'all got kids, you love them and you want the best for them. You see, so that's what he was using that for. Didn't denote male or female. Love. God is love. To look at it like that. So, we're eternal. How's that? So this brings it on home. In yonder kingdom of the soul, this carnal evolution is not known. See? So, and even we've been practicing carnal evolution. We've been trying to get to the top of the food chain. You see? It's not our journey. It's not our journey. The greater work of masterminds is to restore the heritage of man, to bring him back to the estate that he has lost, when he again will live upon the ethers of his native plane. The thoughts of God change not. People, places, and patterns change, though not this tune of his. The God vibration, love doesn't change. We look at it differently, we define it from our perspective, our level of consciousness. So to begin to ask, like, oh wow, what's mine to do here? Who am I? First question. Oh, first thing to do, connect with God. I'm going to connect with God. Then I say, who am I? Where am I at? What's my next step? You see, to begin to understand, honor where we're at right now. We are seed of God. As we begin to surrender to God's will, i.e. God's love, which is within us heart, which is who we are. We're a seed of God. God is love, we are God, we are love. Man is made in the image and likeness of God. So we have the God potential within us. We have to understand it, nurture it, grow it, support it, allow it. That's the thing, allowing it to blossom forth. That's the biggest one for all of us, to allow love to manifest in our life. Because we've got to protect ourselves, we've got to be afraid. All this, we're not courageous enough. Be courageous to love. Because that's who you are. Be courageous to be who you are. I love you enough to allow you to be who you are. That's hard for a lot of people because you're giving up control. Control is not God. See? Love is God. Okay. Our life is unfolding where it is for a reason. How many believe that? We created where we're at right now. Okay. This is, so for us right now, wherever we're at now, we can know the will of God right now in our life right now. You see? And then we can understand why we created this. And then once we get that understanding, bye-bye. Now I can take another step in my journey. You see? Because recognize, honor where you are right now. Wherever you stand is holy ground. You see? Begin to see that. Oh, they're holier than I am. I doubt it. From an outer perspective, you see? Inner, we're all spirit. And to look at it like that. So wherever we are is where we can know God's will, and that's how we go within to get that, okay? When our life doesn't feel right, our will and God's will are out of sync, or not in harmony. Did anybody get that one? Yeah. Say, doesn't seem right, you know. And what it is, we've been looking for God outside of our reality. I got to go to this sacred space to find God. You see? We've been looking for God outside of our reality. Wherever you are, God is. A little prayer for our children. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you. The presence of God watches over you. Wherever you are, God is. And all is well. How cool is that? We teach it. They know that. It's really neat to begin to do that. So, we know the song, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. So, are we looking for God outside of our reality? Because our reality is my reality is where I find my God. Bonnie's reality. Paige. Sunday. No, do you see what I'm saying? Now, does that kind of show us that we shouldn't be homogenized? One size fits all? No. Unique expression of God. What is my step? The thing to understand is, who am I? Where am I at? You see what I'm saying? Understand where we're at right now. That's the step we're on. Everyone wants to go to head of class. You can't bring up your garbage with you. That's what baggage is. No, you can't get through the door. This is where I'm at right now. Okay, what do I need to see here? Say, God, what do I need to see here? What am I missing? What's my blind spot? Okay, now we ask. Go into silence, like Cindy shared with us. Go into silence. Be still and know. Okay? Go into silence. Oh, I might get a glimpse. It doesn't have to be thunder and lightning. It might be just a subtle feeling, a hint, a word, a vision. You see? There's your next step. I think our ego tells us where we're supposed to go. You see? But our heart's love allows us to unfold to who we are to be. And isn't that a beautiful plan that God has for us? There's no shoulds. Is. So who am I? Where am I? Getting God's will. Love is the will of God. See, that's a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? It's not this big control issue. Love is the will of God. The will of God is that the best will happen to all of us. Wow, how cool is that? Should we put that? God's will is that the best will happen to all of us? No shoes dropping. I think that's just beautiful. A shift in perspective. To look for, this is old time, new thought. Look for the good and praise it. That's our mantra. Look for the good and praise it. You look for the good, you're going to see the good, and you're going to manifest greater good. And greater good is going to come to you because of thought. We create in this dimension, thought with the dimension. So to begin to look for the good, praise the good. It's really neat, but the will of God is that the best will happen to all of us. And this is kind of radical. That's why there's 40 people here instead of 400. You see? To be open to expand to something greater and to allow yourself to expand to something greater. Can we all go there? I'm going there. This is what Jesus said, follow me. So what thoughts, beliefs, and patterns, even identity, keep us from going there? And that's what it is all about. And that's what that reflection time is all about. Be still and know. And then be honest. And then be courageous. And you will take the steps that are perfect for you and in alignment. So we can take God's love wherever we are. See? We can be God's love wherever we are. And all it is being who I am. No definition. That's the freedom of the universe. If we want to say we live in a free will quadrant. Take God's love and mold it the way you want. You see? That's what we're doing. And we've misqualified energy for thousands and thousands of years. And hopefully we've learned it, but the time has shifted. We've shifted up into a new age with a new thought. A new thought. Spirit. And we're supported by the universe now to be that in our lives, wherever we are. And we just have to be courageous enough to do it. Let's go within. So let's just close your eyes once again. And as you breathe in, I want you to breathe in God's love. Breathe in God's love, and I want you to take your awareness to your body. And just feel your body receiving God's love. You've asked. I asked to feel your love, Father. And just breathe. And ask to feel your love, Father. And just breathe and just be in the silence for a moment. And just feel. Feel your whole body receiving. Each cell, each atom, each particle of your being being infused with God's love. I ask to feel God's love. I ask to feel you, Father, in my heart. And as you breathe, take your awareness to your heart center. And I want you to see your heart as this beautiful golden sphere of energy, pulsating, alive, radiating this beautiful golden light of the Christ in the center of your heart. And just breathe and feel what this golden light feels like. Feel what this Christ love feels like. And now ask. I ask to be your love made manifest, Father. And as you are still aware of your heart, just be aware of this beautiful rose pink energy surrounding that golden Christ energy. And they're both alive and they're both radiating out like the sun. And that pink energy is God's love that will allow us to connect with one another on this human plane. That gentle rose pink love, that high love of this dimension, as we send it out, know that that's what you'll return to you. Beautiful golden, radiant living light, and then that beautiful rose pink light surrounding it, drawing from it, expressing through. And this is how we greet each day. This is how we can live each day in oneness. So just breathe and feel. Be still and know. I am with you always. Breathe. Feel. Gently open your eyes. Could you see that beautiful golden center with that pink fusing? The pink to touch each other's heart. You see, on this level, on this dimension, this is where we're at right now. We're in 3D land on planet Earth. This is our step. To recognize our love and share our love. The gold in Christ, and then that pink is our unique expression for one another. As we walk, it's our choice. It's our choice. So, I choose love. Yay, God.